Hi, this is a quick demonstration on how easy it is to order a real estate investor postcard. This company happens to be Clever Investor. It's a coaching company. When their students log into their site, there's a carousel where they can order from yellow letters and postcards, and of course they can order lists, and if you click through, business cards, bandit signs, things like that. But at this point, let's go ahead and click on Create and Direct Mail. And just like any typical shopping cart, it brings up a category listing on the left-hand side and then products below it. In this case, we're looking for Clever Investor postcards. And by clicking on that, it tells you that there are 5 different postcards in here. It gives you a sampling of each. Let's go ahead and click on one, zoom in on it. We pay top dollar, and then it says, dear first name, my name is first name. I'm interested in buying your house at site address in site city. These things will automatically be populated by your data file. And with that said, we can simply click on order. And it brings up a simple form. This simple form will remind you that to complete the information below exactly as you would like it to appear on your card. Okay, that's pretty simple. In this case, I have Andrew as my first name. The phone number is listed here, the website, and notice I put that right here. The company name we can put here, GoBig Printing, and the address will automatically populate from your profile. You can choose what color background you would like, blue or yellow or green, pink or white. Let's stick with yellow. Everything is pre-written, so the inside message is pre-written for you, but if you wanted to change it, go ahead and change that. Simply expand that and then write in what you want it to be. The form, the style is automatically set, so it'll automatically place this content in the font style that we've designated in the right color. The body of this document is written right here. And then we have the closing, talk with you soon, sincerely, thank you, and there's a PS at the bottom. There's a disclaimer if you wanted to have a disclaimer on it. Simply give it a name that you're going to remember. This is for your future reference if you wanted to reorder it again in case maybe you changed some of these things and you wanted to reorder it just exactly like that. Or when you log in and order it next time, the exact same card, it'll just default back to the original text. At this point, we click on Continue. And it asks me to upload a mailing list, so I click on here. And if you don't know how or what type of file, just click on Help, and that'll drop down a little help window on how to convert files, what kind of files we need. At this point, I simply click on Browse. I look for my data file on my computer. I click on it, I click Open, and Upload. And now it tells me that the data has been accepted. There's 455 records in that data file. And the first thing it asks me to do is map out the general variables. Those are the data that's going in the body of the piece, right? So it's going to call out and personalize each piece. First name, so I look for, from this drop-down list, it's going to show me the titles in each of the columns that I've just uploaded. So here I have owner 1 first name. And it might be different for you, depends on where you get your list. Site address. So now I'm looking for here, I don't have site address, I have property address. That's the same thing. Site city, here we have property city. Okay, and on the right hand side you can click the arrow here and it kind of gives you the first sampling. There's that first name, the site address, and the site city. That looks pretty good. I'll go back to the double arrows and it brings up the titles again in my drop down so I can easily see what I'm doing. If I scroll down a little bit, it shows me the mailing label variables. This is the data that's going in the mailing block, so we're actually mailing it to this address, and we're going to be referring to the information in this section. That's the information that's been pulled from the data file. So as I click on here, I go owner 1 first name, owner's last name. It asks you right here, what are you looking for, the last name. Now I'm looking for recipient line 2. I don't have one. Address 1, I click on, let's look for it, mail address. I don't have an address line 2, so I leave that blank. I have a city, mail city. Then we have mail state and mail zip code. I don't need anything else below that. I'm not going to collect or upload any of their phone numbers or emails. I don't need that kind of stuff. So at this point, once again, you can click on the arrow over here, and you can see a reference as to the person, the first person that's in your list. Right here it lists, that's item 2 out of 455, and you can see this is the person's name, where he lives, and then if you scroll up a little bit, it shows you his name and then the site address of where he lives. So you can kind of check that you've mapped your data correctly. At that point, you simply click on Continue. And this can take a second. It tells me there's 454 accepted records. I click on Continue, or if I have more, I can go back and upload another list. And I'll click on Continue. And now this could take about a minute or two because it's going to do a live data merge with all of your data onto the postcard, so you can see exactly where it's going to put the site property address, the person's name, etc. Okay, there it goes. It loaded up pretty quickly. And so now, as you can see, I have a couple options here. I can edit the copy if I don't like it. I can approve the proof and continue. And then right here, which is really cool, it gives me sample records 1 through 10. And I can see here it says, "Hey Gary," and then down here we're sending it to Gary. But it's asking, or it's mentioning, we want to buy your property at 725 Central Avenue. And then it's being sent to this address here. And I click down here below. I can see, "Dear Gary, my name is Andrew. I'm interested in buying your property at 725 Central in Santa Maria. Yet I'm sending it to this address." So you give it an eyeball on that, make sure it looks correct. If it does, you can approve proof and continue. If you can't read this for any reason, just click on PDF proof and that'll help you out. Approve proof and continue, and we're asking you that you've read everything below and that it's exactly as you'd like it. It's a self-serving site, so you're confirming that. And you simply click on Checkout. And it brings up an option for mailing. If you want to schedule a future date for mailing, you can click that. Otherwise, it'll go into production today. Turnaround times, we have a couple options for mailing. You can use a first-class stamp, or you can do first-class pre-sort, which uses our indicia. So you can see our indicia right here, and you can see what a first-class stamp looks like right here. Simply click Continue, and it gives you a total of how many pieces you're mailing, how much it's going to cost, and we also say that we're adding 2 additional pieces. They're known as seeds. One's being printed and mailed to you, and one's printed and mailed to us. Click Continue. It asks me where do I want to have my receipt sent, and I can click here. I can also add another email. And then questions and comments. If you're concerned or if you have any questions about what you've just done, simply type it in here, and then we'll take a look at it. Click Continue. It asks you to run through our disclaimers. You click all 4, and you can read through this and click Approve. At that point, it brings up a summary and payment page, tells you the request number, the title that I gave it, so I can remember what I've described it as, the type of postage I've used, how many I'm mailing, and the total cost for today's campaign. At this point, you simply click on Visa, MasterCard, Amex, or Discover, your card number, and if you want to remember that for future use, simply click on Save Card for Future Use. Down at the bottom, if I scroll down, I simply click on Approve, and the campaign will go into production today and be in the mail in 1 to 3 days. That's all there is to it.